Muftis and Abdullahs must watch this. Once a hotbed of terrorism, government now mulls to promote tourism in Kashmir Valley. Purported video of gangster Goldy Brar surfaces. He claims that he was not held. The question now rising was Bhagwat Man lying. Big remarks by the court in Delhi riot case, where court confirms that Tahir Hussain and other accused targeted Hindus. But Congress asks, why is only one community being targeted? Is Congress backing Tahir Hussain? Sakit Gokhale allegedly arrested for over fake tweet. Republic tracks and confronts TMC spokesperson. Started this edition with some breaking news now coming in. Trinamool Congress Neta Sakit Gokhale, who has now been arrested by the Ahmedabad police, charges of putting out fake information with regards to the Morbi tragedy. In fact, Republic TV has now accessed full details of that remand copy. In the remand copy, there is a mention of the fact that it was a fake RTI which spoke about the Prime Minister visit and the cost around it. Sakit had essentially retweeted and reshared this fake RTI and needed to go through the device, and that was used to retweet and to share to find out how that photo came to Sakit. Just to put this into perspective, remember soon after the tragedy that took place in Morbi, when the Prime Minister visited, Sakit Gokhale took to the social media platform putting out information claiming that there is an RTI reply which essentially indicated the cost of the visit of the Prime Minister to Morbi. In fact, he had also indicated that this was way more than what the next of kin had received in the Morbi tragedy. That later was clarified that this was a fake RTI reply, but yet the Trinamool Congress Neta had gone ahead and retweeted this entire reply. In fact, now we're given to understand that he has been taken into custody by the Ahmedabad police, essentially indicating that they want to go through the device which was essentially used to retweet this particular post. Joining me on this broadcast is my colleague Priyanka, who's getting us the latest details. She's now accessed the remand copy which puts out details of the investigation that has been carried out so far. Priyanka, just walk us through the details that has been mentioned in the remand copy. What are the grounds of the arrest to begin with?
Well, that's right, Shravan. We have, in fact, exclusively accessed that remand copy with respect to which the Ahmedabad cybercrime, in fact, has given the reasons for which they need Sakit Gokhale in their custody. In fact, they had asked for a 3-day remand, but a remand till for 2 days has been granted by the magistrate. And the remand reasons that had been asked for by the Ahmedabad cyber cell is also about the tweet that had been sent out by Sakit Gokhale. He had, in fact, tweeted a screenshot of a picture that was shared by a certain person called Daksh Patel, and that particular post had been retweeted by Sakit Gokhale as well. In fact, he had then, of course, the remand reason that is being given by the cyber cell is that whether or not Sakit Gokhale and Daksh Patel had been in communication, whether or not they were, in fact, talking about sharing this kind of a misinformation during such a sensitive time of the Morbi tragedy that had taken place here in the state of Gujarat. Shravan, apart from that, of course, they have also said that whether or not there were any other people that had also been involved in at a larger scale spreading this kind of a misinformation about the Prime Minister's visit to Morbi. Remember, the Prime Minister had come down to Morbi to the site of the bridge that had collapsed and had also stayed there for a day and had also spoken to the police officials there. And of course, that visit is being talked about in this RTI that is being determined as a fake RTI by the authorities, by the Ahmedabad cyber cell. And they're saying that this kind of a fake RTI was being shared to create this kind of a narrative against the Prime Minister and against the Prime Minister's visit that he had undertaken in Morbi to take cognizance of this entire tragedy and also speak to the authorities at the state level and get a review from them as far as the arrangements for Morbi and the victims and the compensations for Morbi are concerned. Those were the conversations for which the meetings had been held by the Prime Minister in Morbi, and that's the visit that is being talked about in this particular RTI, which is being proved to be a fake, at least as told by the Ahmedabad Cyber Cell. And of course, they've also mentioned that the phone that was used to retweet this particular post with Daksh Patel, the phone of Saket Gokhale, in fact, will also go for an FSL, and they will be determining whether or not there are any other such kind of posts that have been designed and kept in the gallery of the phone as well to share on at a later date. It's something that the Ahmedabad Crime Branch has stated that they will be going through that phone and the gallery as well, and that is why they need the accused Saket Gokhale in their custody. And once again, the kind of sections as well that have been levied against Saket Gokhale, the non-bailable sections of the Indian Penal Code in the FIR that has been mentioned as well, goes to show the kind of investigation that the Ahmedabad Crime Branch also wants to carry out, Cyber Crime Branch also wants to carry out in this entire matter. And that is why we're being told by tomorrow we will get an official word from the authorities after spending the night questioning and interrogating Saket Gokhale as well. And apart from that, of course, the remand will be completing on December the 8th, and 12 p.m. is where Saket Gokhale once again will be produced before the court. And whether or not the remand will be asked further is something that we will have to wait and see till December 8th, Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Priyanka, for getting us the latest details. This undoubtedly is going to lead to another war of words between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Trinamool Congress. In fact, Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, has also reacted to the arrest of Trinamool Congress spokesperson. Shifting focus now to that big story that we're getting to you tonight. Perhaps there would be a section in Naya Kashmir who would be extremely disappointed hearing this news break that Republic TV is getting you. No one would have ever thought about the fact that in Naya Kashmir, it would have been possible that what was once considered the hotbed of terrorism, the administration would essentially dare to go way beyond and actually think of making a complex, a commercial area of downtown Srinagar. Let's not forget of what really Islamic jihadists had done in the downtown area, resulting in the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits in downtown area. Now we're given to understand that as part of this entire blueprint of Naya Kashmir, the administration is essentially looking at those very places which has been infested with terrorism in the past few decades. An attempt essentially is going to be made by the administration to come up with complexes, commercial areas, which is essentially going to boost tourism in the area. Tonight, we have accessed the very blueprint of how exactly would downtown Srinagar essentially look in the days to come. Bids are going to be invited for a proper construction that is going to take place and in fact change the look of downtown Srinagar. My colleague Gursimran has got us these details, but before I go across to Gursimran, in fact we're also getting that first big response coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Kavinder Gupta has already spoken to my colleague Gursimran, reacting to why this decision of the centre to promote tourism in downtown Srinagar is essentially going to be the big game changer in Naya Kashmir. Listen into Kavinder Gupta and then we go across to Gursimran for the details of this blueprint that has now been accessed by Republic TV.
जम्मू कश्मीर के शहर श्रीनगर में आतंकवाद की परिस्थितियां बदली हैं और आतंकवाद जो शरेआम बाज़ारों में दिखता था, मिलिटेंट जब जनाजा निकलता था तब चलता था, जब दिल करे तब बंद हो जाया करता था। हुर्रियत जो ऑर्डर करती थी वो सुबह उसको इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाता था, लेकिन आज परिस्थितियां बदली हैं। वहाँ पर बड़े बड़े मॉल्स बन रहे हैं, एम्स बन रहा है और इस प्रकार से टूरिज़्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए मुझे लगता है कि ये जो एक टूरिज़्म, इसके अलावा मेडिकल टूरिज़्म का भी यहाँ पर आने वाले समय में बहुत बढ़िया होगा और बहुत अच्छा काम जो मोदी सरकार द्वारा यहाँ पर इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया है, तो मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में जम्मू कश्मीर एक नया जम्मू कश्मीर बन करके आएगा। इक्का दुक्का जो घटनाएं होती हैं कभी टेररिज्म की, वो दूर दराज के इलाकों में होती हैं, लेकिन उस पर भी रोक लगाने की काफ़ी प्रयास हमारे सुरक्षा बलों ने किया है। तो एक बेहतर स्थिति में कश्मीर पहुंच गया है और श्रीनगर शहर तो एक टूरिज्म का हब बन गया है।
So what does the blueprint really entail? My colleague Goldy Brar has accessed the entire blueprint of the makeover for downtown Srinagar. Is it going to see some sort of an opposition within Kashmir-based political parties, especially the Muftis and Abdullahs, because they seem to be holding a grudge to any sort of development that has essentially taken place in Srinagar. In fact, just for our viewers to understand why this is going to be the game changer, let's not forget as to what has happened back in the 90s, especially in downtown Srinagar. In fact, even just about a few years ago, till the time the abrogation of Article 370 had taken place, very few would actually dare to enter downtown Srinagar. In fact, my colleague Goldy Brar is getting us those details. Goldy Brar, for all our viewers outside Jammu and Kashmir, to understand the significance of this big breaking news now coming in, why is it so very important? First, and second, Goldy Brar, I want you to explain to our viewers, what does the blueprint essentially entail? In fact, if you can also show it on your mobile phone, if you have, show the document that you have accessed, Goldy Brar.
Sishavan, first coming to the importance of the area. See, downtown is the area of the Srinagar which was considered as the hotbed of terrorism and separatism. This area has been the same area where the separatists, the terrorists, they used to roam freely. This was once a place where even the security forces, they dare not to touch, be it the political patronage that were given to those living in these places, those separatists, those terror groups at that given time when the successive governments were here. Second most important thing, that there was a time, even I am personally witness to that, when the police officers used to say that someone should not open a shop in the downtown area because they are 100% sure that some terror attack will happen. That was the time that the downtown area of Jammu and Kashmir, the Srinagar, has witnessed. But now what the change has become, 3-point agenda is of in this 153-page blueprint of the J&K government. First is to generate the employment for the people, for the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, because this is going to be one of the biggest shopping hub of the Kashmir Valley, first of its kind, where the culture of the Kashmir Valley will be promoted. The second main point, that is the government want the culture of the Kashmirians to be preserved and to spread across the world. And third is to bring the tourism to those places which have remained unexplored during the time of terrorism that has started in 90s, and for the 32 years past, these areas have remained unexplored. This is first such attempt that has been taken by the J&K government, and in the coming days more such areas that have that aims to hit the tourist, that have that natural beauty but have remained out of the scenery due to the terrorism and due to the failure of the successive government, that will be brought in now, including the Dargah of the Haji Pir, that will be totally renovated, and other religious places that come in the downtown area, they all will be renovated. So J&K government is ensuring that the culture of the Kashmir is preserved, it is shown to the world, and also the very important thing, that it generates the employment for the people of the Kashmir so that they can come to the mainstream and the people of the Kashmir get benefited from it. Shavan.
Well, in fact, just a quick question that I wanted to also take from you with regards to the blueprint of downtown Srinagar. In case, Goldy Brar, you have the document on your phone, I would just like our viewers to take a look at it, and perhaps how much time is it going to take? What is it going to essentially look like? A quick reply from you, Goldy Brar.
See, Shavan, 4 months deadline has been fixed by the J&K government. That is by the end of April 2023. This will be all ready. That means the new look of the new Kashmir, the new downtown will be all ready by the end of the April. 4 months time have been given. Maximum extension in this deadline could be of 15 days. So by maximum, if there is a delay, by 15th of May, this new project will be in place, and the people and the tourists will be able to roam freely in the downtown to explore the Kashmir, the culture of Kashmir, and will also bring the employment for thousands of Kashmiris.
Thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us that big exclusive tonight. In fact, this is a story which is going to send ripples across the valley, especially those who have been objecting to any sort of development taking place in the city of Srinagar. Shifting focus now to the other top story that we are getting you tonight. If you remember, back on 2nd of December, Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwat Mann, made that big claim while he was campaigning in Gujarat. The fact that Goldy Brar was detained by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, that too in California. He made that claim even before any state or central agency essentially indicated that he was placed under arrest. It was only Chief Minister Bhagwat Mann who made that claim. In fact, he went a step ahead. He said that Goldy Brar would be in the custody of Punjab police very soon. There's now a reality check. In fact, there is a video that is surfaced of an interview of Goldy Brar in which he's essentially saying that he's not even in America, he was never detained, and the fact that these were only rumors. However, Republic does not vouch the authenticity of this audio tape that has now been accessed. But listen in, because this only raises some very uncomfortable questions for the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab. Did the Chief Minister mislead the public? Listen in to the audio tape.
ਗੋਲਡੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣ ਪਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਖਬਰ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਕਨਫਰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਡਿਟੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਜੇ ਝੂਠੀਆਂ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬੜੇ ਚਿਰ ਦੇ ਗਾਂ ਲੰਘ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਐਵੇਂ
ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਛੱਡ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੋ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ, ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਤੋਂ ਬੜੇ ਚਿਰ ਦੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਆ, ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਹ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਡਿਟੇਨ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰੋਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਐਸੀ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ, ਝੂਠ ਚੱਟੂ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਜੀ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ।
Let me also bring in my colleague Amandeep. In fact, let me just tell our viewers, my colleague Amandeep was the first journalist from Punjab who had indicated that this particular information of Goldy Brar being arrested could actually be wrong, because at that point in time not a single intelligence agency or for that matter the state police was confirming. In fact, it was only after the Chief Minister made that public statement that this story essentially got some sort of a credence. But Amandeep, it turns out that he's giving an interview to the YouTuber. We do not know whether this audio tape is authentic. But so far, if you simply keep this audio tape aside, questions are now being raised that if at all he has been arrested by some agency in the United States of America, they would have put out some sort of a statement. Or for that matter, there is a red corner notice that has been issued against him. And the Indian central agencies would have been apprised. It turns out several days have passed, not a single confirmation really coming in. What is it that the Chief Minister now has to say?
Well, Shravan, now the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, is completely on the silent mode. Once last Friday, he has given the statement while addressing the press conference in Gujarat that yes, Goldy Brar has been detained in US and in fact, he will be brought back to Punjab very soon. But this was the last confirmation and the only statement came out from the side of Chief Minister. Later on, Bhagwant Mann came back to Chandigarh and in fact participated in a military literature fest. And several questions have been asked to Bhagwant Mann regarding the Goldy Brar's detention once again. But that time, the behavior of Bhagwant Mann is something else. He did not utter a single word on the arrest or the detention of Goldy Brar in US. Neither he has repeated the same lines what he has said in Gujarat, nor he has given a new assurance to the journalist who questioned that either the Goldy Brar has been detained or not. Kindly confirmed. There are certain stories that revealing that he has not been detained, but he remained on a silent mode. Later on, opposition questioned, and in fact, the most important point is, Shravan, when this audio clip out with a YouTuber, Goldy Brar himself was revealing that he has not been detained, and in fact, he's not in Canada and he's not in US. And long back, he has left these countries and now he's staying somewhere else. And in fact, he has also claimed that it is not possible to detain him at the earliest. But Bhagwant Mann is on the receiving end. Why they are not revealing the exact information with the proof or with the source, that who's the source of Bhagwant Mann who is telling that Goldy Brar has been detained? Yes, Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Amandeep, for getting us that big breaking news coming in. Remains to be seen whether at all the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab is essentially going to respond, given the fact that it's turning out to become one of the biggest embarrassment. On the other side, the Delhi riots truth is out. Court ordered says accused targeted Hindus. All this and much more on the other side.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha, V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in National Capital at BJP headquarters. That in itself, disconnect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protest, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Srinagar Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha, V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in National Capital at BJP headquarters. That in itself, disconnect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protest, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target.
Well, in fact, there was a lobby which essentially backed Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain, a man who has been charged for rioting. Now, the Karkarduma court has essentially indicated that there is one community that is essentially being targeted. Remember, the Delhi police in their findings indicated that Tahir Hussain was part of the criminal conspiracy. Tahir Hussain was the man who had basically plotted the killing of Hindus during the riots that took place in Delhi in 2020. In fact, we have now accessed full details of the court order and the investigation that's been carried out by the Delhi police. Slipping into a short break, on the other side, we'll get you more details on a story that we've been tracking very closely.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना, कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah, huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Srinagar Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters. That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah, huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also.
No dismissing the Delhi riot reality now.
वो नॉट अ सहयोग बट अ सोचा समझा वोट बैंक का उद्योग एंड प्रयोग and the mastermind was Aam Aadmi Party's councillor Tahir Hussain, and the clear-cut objective was to target Hindus.
Can the radical pseudos defend Tahir Hussain? Arnav debates at 9 p.m.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Srinagar Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
That in itself, this connect underscored the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, where the Kashmiri Pandit community is staging protests, and this is the day 209th of their protest. For the past 209 days, they have been staging protests.
Here, Section 144 has been imposed, and the birthplace of Krishna, Hindu Mahasabha Sangathan, ready to recite the Hanuman Chalisa outside the mosque, and the police people are ready to stop.
Yesterday night at around 10, there was a humming sound of a drone that was noticed by the border security force in the Taran Taran. Post that, the searches, during morning searches, the drone has been recovered at around 8:30 in the morning.
No dismissing the Delhi riot. Reality now. Court observes the larger intent was to target Hindus. In Bengal, TMC spokesperson Saket Gokhale is arrested and sent to custody for fake news tweet. Republic tracks and questions arrested Saket Gokhale. He remains defiant, asked what about the Morbi orders.